my own accomplishments, or, you know, maybe I'm promoting green light and the focus seems to be on, you know, other things. It used to happen with my dad a lot, and I used to be upset.
Yes.
You know, I'd want to talk about DJing, and people would want to talk about my dad. But I actually see that as a blessing, and, you know, time has allowed me to realize it's something to be proud of, you know. But I think more than anything, I feel like you know, correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like I am making a name for myself, and I'm starting to stand on my own 2 feet, and the Cuppy brand is getting a bit more weighting than it did when we first met.
Exactly, exactly. But do you think that's something that you will be able to handle on your own, being able to separate you from your dad's career?
That's a really good question. I used to think it was possible,
Right.
but I think the reality is that, you know, he's my father, and, you know, he's someone that has done so well. I can only hope I achieve half what he's done in his life. But I think more than anything, it's a great marker for me to have, you know. I used to put myself under immense amounts of pressure, but quite frankly, I feel like I'm on the right track. And he tells me all the time, which is true, you know, when he was my age, he wasn't doing half the things I was doing. You know, so I like to think that, you know, I don't know, by the time I reach his age, you know, I'll be in a very great place. And, you know, accomplishments are not always financial.
Okay.
You know, it's about impact, and I'm still, like, experimenting with what I want to do, but regardless of what I do, long term, I want to make sure I change the rules and I impacted young people and young women.
All right. Now, I need to know, what's the plan for Red Velvet Music Group? You know, because that's something, it's a record label, right?
Well, Red Velvet Music Group is my company that I started in 2007. Wow, so that's 10 years.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's... haven't heard much. How many artists do you
Yeah, I mean, the reason you haven't heard much is that it's not a record label, it's a management company.
Okay.
So we deal with artists and talent. So, you know, we've had clients such as Mr. Easy. We helped him launch his EP in London. JTO Fashion, which is my sister. Sanchez and Bond, which are 2 producers that we manage.
Yes.
Well, we manage Bond. We used to manage Sanchez. And, you know, of course, the biggest side is the Cuppy brand. So Red Velvet Music Group managed Cuppy. And, you know, we've worked on projects such as events. We've worked on projects such as TV shows, Cuppy Takes Africa on Fox. We completely produce that.
Oh. Does she have to take it from the beginning?
Yes, it does take it.
All the way from the top?
Or you can start from when you stop from there.
Okay, it's still recording?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
Okay. Where did you stop?
I said, yeah, Red Velvet. Okay.
And the events you've handled?
Yeah. I mean, we've dabbled into things such as events. You know, we've worked with the likes of Mr. Easy, my sister, jtofashion.com. You know, we've managed a great producer in the UK called Sanchez. We manage a producer here called Bond. You know, we've dabbled into a lot of things, and of course, a big project for us was the show on Fox, Cuppy Takes Africa.
Yes.
We completely produced that whole show. You know, and so I feel like, you know, Red Velvet Music Group is a company that also is growing.
Okay.
And a lot of people say, are you going to sign artists? You know, I always say this to people, you can only help others when you've helped yourself.
Okay.
And I think that's a mistake a lot of artists make. They try and create labels when they haven't finished, you know, reaching where they need to reach, you know. So I feel like I can start thinking about it, and, you know, but it's something in the future I want to do.
Okay. What will it take to put Cuppy in a movie, to have you acting?
That's a really good question. I have been in a movie with Desmond Elliott, actually. It's called The Secret Princess. It was an animation. You know, so that was a really fun experience doing that. But of course, an animation means I just did a voiceover.
Exactly.
I feel like, I don't know, will I be good at movies? I don't really know. I love watching Nollywood movies, but I don't know. Again, I feel like I'm quite, I'm not really a fictional person. I like reality, so, you know, reality is probably the best thing for me. But I don't know, you never know.
Okay. What type of script would you never say no to?
I don't know, because I haven't had any scripts given to me. But I like a good story.
Okay. What would it take to have your dad in one of your music videos?
That wouldn't be difficult at all. You know, the Greenlight music video is great, but I I didn't really see any room for him in there.
Okay.
It depends on the story, I guess. You know, maybe in the future, perhaps. Yeah, why not? If it's something that is relevant to him, perhaps, yes.
And you get him on set.
Absolutely.
Makeup on.
The whole shebang.
Do you think that would be fun?
It'll be great, yes.
All right. Away from the song, what's the closest plans you have in terms of the brand? You know, what are you unveiling for next year?
You know, I feel like based on, again, the song just came out this week. Based on the reception of the song, I think the song will do very well. And, you know, more than anything, I feel like that's going to set the pace for a next song and a next song. So I probably, you know, back of my mind, I'm thinking about an EP.
Exactly.
An extended play, which makes sense. A lot of people say, what's an EP, what's an LP? So an LP is what an album is. That's an album. An EP is extended play, which means it's pretty much a collection, a compilation of a few tracks. You know, so when people have EPs that are like 16 tracks, I'm like, that's an album.
Okay. Do you have a few picks, like top 5, top 3 Nigerian artists you'd love to work with?
Ooh, that's a really good question. Off the top of my head, there's, you know, I definitely want to work with Niniola. She's like super, super, super on my mind. I love her vibe. I would love to work with Techno again, funny enough. I would love to work with Wizkid. I mean, who doesn't want to work with Wizkid? I would love to work with Tiwa as well. I think she's great. I'd love to work with Ricardo Banks. I would love to work with Files. We were actually in the studio. YC and I were in the studio as well. Yeah, you know, I feel like I'm really lucky because I can work with a lot of artists, not because of my position, but because of the repertoire we have. I literally get along with everybody, you know, and I'm lucky because I'm able to approach them on a let's just even hang out level, you know. I don't like to force things at all. So if the music comes, the music comes.
Okay, producers?
Producers, that's a great question. I'd love to work with SARS. I'd love to work with Spells. I would love to work with Killer Tunes, who's doing amazing things. I would love to work with Legendary Beats, who have done a lot for Wizkid. I would actually love to work with Malik Berry on the production and artist side. Who else do I want to work with? Yeah, I feel like there's so much talent out there. You know, Mastercraft as well. Really like what he does. So yeah, I feel like, also Young John, he's amazing. He produced Whoa. Yeah, you know, so there's a lot of possibilities.
Young female DJs who want to get to you, who want to get inspiration, who want to understand, how do they get access to you?
I mean, as far as access, you know, that's just coming to my shows, and a lot of people do that. And a lot of people, it's always great. I love having chats with people. I can't chat to everyone, but, you know, I always love talking to people. And if people ever see me anywhere, I love talking to people, so feel free to come, you know. And people just come, sometimes you just come for pictures, but actually, I'd love to know who you are, what you do.
Interesting.
You know, it's always nice to connect with people. So yeah, if you ever see me. As long as I'm not eating. When I'm eating, I'm very serious about my food.
Okay, so talk to us about Cuppy the Foodie.
I mean, Cuppy the Foodie was established in 1992. I love food. I love food. I got the name Cuppy from cupcakes.
Yes.
You know, so I mean, I think that pretty much speaks for itself. But yeah, I love eating. I eat a lot of food. I mean, most of my meetings and, you know, a lot of my social encounters are around food. But I don't cook as much as I want to.
Why?
Because I'm so busy. I'm too busy doing interviews for Silverbird.
Okay, talk to me about Cuppy in the kitchen.
Again, I don't have enough time.
Okay.
I'm just very busy. I think people don't realize as DJs, artists, our lifestyles are very, 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 very unstable. You know, we work a lot at night. It's really, really exhausting, actually.
Okay, what kind of mom do you think you'd be?
What kind of mom would I be? I don't really know, to be honest. I've never really thought about that, which is really funny because a lot of my friends, you know, they think about like the minute that we graduated, they're like thinking about getting married and having kids. And I've always been more focused on achieving things. But I think I would be a great mom. I think I would be. I have such a great mom that I would hate to not do the same.
Okay.
And you know, the reason I'm sitting here now doing what I do is because I have two parents that worked very, very hard. They gave me an opportunity, so I feel like the least I can do is do the same.
Okay, what's your favorite Nigerian dish?
It has to be amala and obedidi. I love amala. You know, I always meet people and they say they don't eat amala. Why?
And how do you pressure them? Or
I mean, why?
I'm
asking you
how
why.
do you advertise it?
I just don't understand. Is there something against amala?
Well, I don't know.
You don't eat amala, do you?
I do.
Okay, thank God.
Amala is, no, don't hear my side because I'm not supposed to advertise this now. So you tell me because I want to hear from you. Because the truth is they don't want to hear from me. They want to hear from you now. How much do you like it? Why should I go and eat amala in the next 2 hours?
I mean, I wouldn't recommend you eat amala in the next 2 hours. It's because it's still kind of early.
Okay.
But it's just delicious. I like it. I've always loved it. It's just something I've always loved. I eat anything and everything. So yeah.
It's a wrap, Cuppy.
Thank you so much.
I always have a fabulous interview with you. I always take that opportunity to talk so much so that I can air this over and over
Of
again.
course.
Did you enjoy it?
I did.
This is kind of different from the ones we've had in the past.
Yeah.
Growth in the right direction.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's a
Thank
wrap.
you. Let's take a picture together.
Yes, please. We need
Before
to
I run off. 1 second. Hello?
Fred,
Hello.
Paradise, Mr. John, thank you very much.
I'm fine, thank you. Who's
Can
speaking?
you take the picture sitting now?
Oh, hello. I'm good, oh, we thank God. I'm just wrapping up an interview now. Can I call you back?
Cuppy, sitting or standing? Sitting. Sitting, obviously. You shouldn't be standing.
Yeah, please don't keep the lights off.
You like it?
Yeah. Please already.
Okay.
Hey, Papa. Yeah, you're leaving for the doctor's now. Okay, I'll come and meet you. I just finished my interview. Alright, okay. Okay, cool. Bye, Papa. Okay. Let's take a picture on my Snapchat.
Thank you for the interview. I enjoyed it.
No problem.
The lighting good?
Yeah, I like it.
Rachel is not here. I just got her listed.
Yeah. She's not feeling well. Yeah, you can try and I'm sure you can call her later. Alright, perfect. Thank you, Anthony. Great, so when is this going up?
Okay, Cuppy. Do you think you have time for this pop questions? They're questions like...
Can you send them, do you need to film or is this
Yes, film.
film?
What inspires you every day? What's your favorite quote?
What is it for?
It's still my show. Do you think you can do it?
My dad already...
I know problem.
My dad already called me.
Okay, okay. Yes, what do you want? Paradise. You want to take a picture? Okay, tell her she's here. You want to use my phone, right? Yes, she's waiting. Just tell her you want to take a picture. I'll take it for you.